Idea 33. College. We're at a seminar. Uh, well, this could go either way. We can do this for as a seminar in college, or we can do this as like a kindergarten class. Okay, and what it is a very old teacher who is very knowledgeable and smart is being asked these very profound questions, like, "What is the meaning of life?" And we don't hear the answers, but we have this, Socrates type teacher say, imply that he or she has the answers by going to the backboard and being like, the meaning of life is, and he starts to, and the voice trails off, and we dissolve into the next question, and again, it's another profound question, and we do four profound questions. Why do bad things happen to good people? How come there's these hugely philosophical, huge weird questions? Okay, to which again he or she always goes to the backboard with the beginnings of the answer, and at the end of it, someone asks, how, well, again, variations is what you can do here. You can say, why is Honda the greatest car the car maker in the world? Or variation, why can't anyone make a car as good as Honda? Um, why is Honda the only car maker that does X, Y, and Z? However you want to differentiate Honda in your message, whatever that is, whether it be specific or general, the point is that upon being asked this question that is not philosophical, is concrete, whatever it may be, and that's not my call about what that question may be, but as it's asked, the teacher goes to the board like he always does or she always does, and as if he knows what is the answer, and then at the end of the commercial is stops, turns, is clearly stumped, and does not have the answer. And in other words, this he or she knows the meaning of the universe. He or she knows why bad things happen to good people. He or she knows the most unknowable things. But as to what makes a Honda, what is, for example, the question I would use is perhaps, what makes a Honda the greatest car in the world? Because there's so many reasons that make Hondas great. And so it's as if that question is so perplexing to this teacher who knows everything about everything, but just truly stumps him or her. And that's how the spot ends with, you know, uh, you know, indeed, why, or interesting question, or I don't know. You can again, the as I pitch these ideas, I'm always pitching thematic templates that, if asked for, I can write specific copy for. That's not what my mandate is. It's to pitch these 53 ideas. But again, when you get into the template of what I've just said, you can go a lot of different directions. And that's a good, not a bad thing. I could give you the specific things right here, but the good news is that's a theme we could do on many levels for many different questions. You could do a couple spots with that theme. Okay, that was 33. So 34 is the back to the expert kid thing. Into the theme of 11-year-olds being experts, we want, again, I think if you did that, to go thematic on it. So therefore, you have that kid, I think it was idea 29 or something, who's helping the hardcore negotiation. But now for idea number 34, we have a service call where a person's bringing in a Honda for the service, and you have the kid who is badgering the mechanic the whole time he's doing the service, asking him, the 29-point inspection questions. Did you bleed out the brakes? And the mechanic, it's almost like a Yoda, Luke Skywalker thing, but the mechanic is not annoyed because it's a Honda mechanic. It's good. He's impatient and he's cool, and he explains that all these child's questions are almost unnecessary for this car. It may a thing may be at the very end where he like kneels, crouches down, and says, "Son, what did your parents drive before this? I bet it wasn't a Honda, right?" And he's like, "No, that's how you learned all this, right? He'd spent so much time in the shop." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you don't got to worry about that anymore because your parents have a Honda now, and all those things are going to be okay." So it's as if we have this child who has been traumatized by not owning a Honda, his parents not owning a Honda. Now they do. Service is a cinch. He doesn't have to worry about it. But because he's precocious and he is, in a funny way, an expert about cars, he is riding the guy, making sure the car gets all this stuff. And then I think what would be a funny way to end it is that the parent returns from getting coffee or whatever, and almost like the kid snaps out of this savant stage, and it's as if the parent doesn't know the kid's a savant, and he walks in with the coffee, and immediately the serviceman gets up, and the parent's like, so what are you doing? What are you guys doing? And the boy's like, the nice man was just teaching me how cars move, how an engine works, what a carburetor is. Maybe mispronounces the word. In other words, plays dumb. And then says to the parent quickly, can I go get a gumball? And what walks out, gives a little wink to the mechanic, and the parent, unbeknownst to all this happening, is like, kids say the funniest things, kind of thing like that. I know that sounds long. Trust me, it can all be done in 30 seconds because it's car up on the left, question, car down, question, question. 15-second mark is the mechanic saying what he says, talking about the past and the pre-Honda days, assuring the kid. By second 22, the parent returns, does the whole dumb kid thing, and it's a quick, fast-moving commercial, but it's funny and it will work. I'm telling you. So that is the service call of the kid. Again, onto that thematic idea, we have the fact that another one that is kind of an offshoot of the Bluetooth one is this idea that instead of waiting for the end to show it in terms of the surprise, we have a couple people who are negotiating to buy a car, and you especially it'd be funny if say it was a younger, like a 20 something, who's doing it, like it's their first or second car, who would naturally be ignorant about such things, and throughout the negotiation, or perhaps just near at the end of the negotiation, he just says, before I sign on the dotted line, can I just, I just want to make a call about this. And he makes a call. This 22-year-old says the price, says what he's getting, says what the features are, whatever. And you hear him, you don't see who's on the line, and you're just like, he's like, and maybe he asks one question or second question really quick. And at the end, it's like, okay, thanks a lot. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. And hangs up. And the salesman, he's like, okay, let's do this. And the salesman's like, your parents. And the 22-year-old laughs and is like, no, my little brother. And we cut to, him getting off. The little kid was on the computer, obviously talking to his older brother, older sister, whatever, and again is playing with Xbox. And right when he gets off the call, says, Mom, can I get some more pizza rolls? Again, being a kid again, going right back to the kid thing. So again, totally different spot, same idea as the other one. Once you get into these themes, I believe once you like one, if you like one, I can develop dozens of variations. It's just about, it's infinite when you think about it, but it's a question of what direction you want to go. I like this idea of the savant expert kids. I think it's very funny. So that's that. I know we're almost up to idea 35 now. So.